Hi viewers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is HP Fashions GY. In today's tutorial, I'll be learning on how to cut and sew a detachable cape structured trendy sleeve. Alright, so I've gotten my pattern and I will just fold it into two to get the middle line. Make the line to be very pronounced. After that, I'll spread it open, then take the length of the sleeve, which is 13.5. Then I'll go ahead and indicate the middle, which is about 6.2, 6.5.2. So I'll indicate the middle. All right. So at this point now, I'll use my pen to make the line to be more pronounced. I'll make the line more pronounced, and then I will use my ruler to extend the line to the upper part as well, okay, so that I'll just get the line straight. All right, so afterwards I'll take off my ruler, then place my tape at that point. Then I'll come down by 1.5 inches, okay. Then I'll measure and get 5.5, 5.2. Then I'll still come down by 2 inches again. Then at that 2 inches line, I will turn to the other side and mark 2 inches. Turn the tape to the other side as well and mark the same 2 inches. Okay, then I will connect the line straight. All right, okay. So then I will, at the upper part of my 1.5, I will give a spacing of 1 inch on the left and 1 inch on the right. Then afterwards, if everything is certain, I'll go ahead and make a connection. I'll just use my tape to connect this, okay. Then connect the other side as well. All right, so just ensure everything is actually equal. Then I'll go ahead and indicate how many points I have, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4 points. Okay, so at this point I'll go ahead and take the length measurement of my sleeve. All right, so I'll use my tape to measure at the left and at the right to know. On the left side, I have about 13 inches on the left and the same thing at the right. Then the depth of the shoulder wideness is about 5 inches. So I'll go ahead and slant this. I'll go ahead and slant it at the left and also slant the other side. Okay. All right, so this is it. So after slanting now, I'll go ahead and curve the edges of my sleeve. All right, so I'll be coming up by 1 inch from this side. I'll be coming up by 1 inch from this side because I want the edges to be I want it curved. All right, so then I will go ahead and come up by another 1 inch on this side as well. Okay, so then I'll take the length of my sleeve, which is 12 inches. Then I'll take the length on this side and the other side. I'll go ahead and take the length 12 inches. Okay, it's not up to 13. All right, so afterwards I'll go ahead and make the connection, the curvings and all, because I really want the edges to be curved. It really have to be curved. Okay, so I just decided to use this to try and curve it perfectly. All right, so this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and curve the other side. Go ahead and curve the other side as well. All right, so this is it. Okay, so after curving this now, if everything is certain and everything is okay, all right, so this is what we have. I'll go ahead and cut it all out. Okay, I'll go ahead and trace it out and cut exactly the way we drafted it. All right, so this is it. So I ensure I do it properly because I'm actually using a pattern for this, so it won't give a different shape. All right, so this is exactly what I have at this point. Actually, the wideness of the sleeve from the shoulder is about 5 inches. All right, so I actually don't want the shoulder to be too big. that was the reason why I just used 5 inches. Okay, so this is it. I'll go ahead and trim off the edges and curve it very well. All right, if this is actually done and everything is setting, we'll go ahead and place it on my main fabric. We'll go ahead and place it on my main fabric, then trace out the shape of it on my main fabric exactly the way it is. All right, so after getting it on this lace fabric, I'll go ahead and get it on the lining. The lining is actually 2 for each sleeve. All right, 2 lining for each sleeve, because one of the lining will actually be under the lace, then the other will be for the turning up of the lining and the lace and the lining. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get 2 for each, making 4 linings for the sleeve. All right, so this is what we have for the 2 sleeve. This is what we have. We'll go ahead and divide it all up. All right, so at this point now, we've gotten our lining, and also we'll go ahead and place the lace on top of the lining. Then we'll go ahead and stitch it. All right, so I'll actually place it on the lining first before I stitch. Afterwards, I'll use my pin to secure it. All right, because I wouldn't want it to shift when sewing. Okay, so you can actually use a pin to secure this, or better still, you can actually add a hemi gum to it. It all depends on how you want it and how it works best for you. All right, so this is it. I'm still using my pin to secure this. All right, so afterwards, after everything is done and certain, I will just go ahead and join this together. All right, so I will go ahead and join this together using about half an inch. I actually marked out my 2 inches, then the remaining inches is for joining. From this edge now, I've marked my 2 inches, then the remaining is actually for the joining. All right, so this is it. This is what we have. Okay, all right, so the reason why I use length of 12 is that I actually wanted the sleeve to be a bit longer. All right, so this is what it looks like. All right, so this is actually for the second sleeve. I'm actually sewing the 2 sleeves at once, so I'll still go ahead and mark my 2 inches, then sew on the half inch provided. Okay, all right, so sew all the way down. All right, so after sewing, I'll go ahead and take off the excess thread, then sew the lining. All right, so from the middle part, I'll be making a wideness of about 2 inches wide. All right, at the middle part. Okay, so I will sew at this point with the same half an inch. So once I get to that point, I will stitch and I will stop. All right, then I'll take off the excess thread all out, then continue from the under. All right, with the same half an inch measurement provided. Okay, so after this is done, I'll go ahead and take off the excess thread. The reason why I left that space is for turn up. Okay, because I'll be turning it right there. All right, so this is what we have. All right, so I will repeat the same procedure for the 2 sleeve, only on the lining part, not on the main fabric. All right, so at this point now, I'll go ahead and join this space together. I'll place it together like this and join them all up. I'll go ahead and join them up. Okay, because we minus the half inch there, so the 2 inches will actually align properly. Okay, so after joining, when you turn to the other side, this is what how it should look like. This is what it should look like All right, so this is my lining. I've ironed it this way, and also I will just look at the front side of the lining. All right, so I will still place my lining exactly the way I place my main fabric, then I will sew the upper part the same way. All right, so this is it. Okay, so at this point now, this is what we have. I've ironed my sleeves. I will place the joining side facing the joining side of the lining, joining side of the fabric to joining side of the lining. Then I prefer pinning all of them before sewing. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use my pin to secure this round before I will go ahead and stitch. All right, okay, so because the lining and the fabric are actually supposed to be equal, so after this is done now, I'll go ahead and stitch all round with about half an inch. Okay, so I'll actually stitch now with about half an inch, following exactly half an inch, not taking more than that. Okay, so while I sew, I'll take off my pins and stitch all round. Okay, so this is exactly how it looks like. All right, so if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is HP Fashions GY. Don't forget to turn up your notification button. Don't forget to share my videos. Okay, all right, so once I get to the point where I started sewing, I'll just go ahead and stitch all the way, then take off the excess threads all out. All right, so I'll go ahead and notch the edges of this sleeve because I really want the sleeve to sit perfectly. So I'll go ahead and notch all the edges. All right, so I'll go ahead and notch it all round. I'll go ahead and notch it round. Okay, I really want it to sit perfectly after ironing. So after notching this sleeve now, I'll go ahead and turn it all up from the space, 2 inches space provided at the middle of the lining. All right, so this is it. I'll go ahead and turn it up from that space I provided. Okay, so after turning it up, we'll just arrange it properly, very, very well before you give it a nice press. All right, so this is actually one of the sleeve. I will have to repeat the same procedure on the other side of my sleeve. This is for the second sleeve. I'll have to sew it all the way around and all. So this is the sleeve we have now. I've actually ironed the edges and all, but I will still give it a nice press again, a final ironing before we go ahead to attach on our dress. Okay, so this is how it looks like after ironing, after all the ironings, after everything. This is how it looks like, looking very neat and perfect. Okay, so this is how it actually looks like. This is for the 2 sleeves and all. So this is what we have. Okay, for the sleeve. All right, so this is it. All right, so you can actually attach this to your dress using a hand needle to attach it directly on your dress, or you attach it with the pressing button, which you can attach the pressing button to the shoulder, then one side of the front and the back as well, which is a detachable sleeve. All right, so this is what we have. This is our final look of our sleeve. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is HP Fashions GY. Don't forget to share my videos. Don't forget to comment. See you next time in my next video. Bye.